High cholesterol doesn't announce itself with a fever or a sudden ache. It operates quietly in the background, a slow buildup along the arterial walls that drives one of the world's leading causes of heart disease. This silent progression has triggered international health campaigns, prompting millions of people every year to look for ways to intervene before a crisis hits. For decades, the standard medical response has been a prescription pad and a daily statin. But recently, patients are increasingly hesitant to rely entirely on foundational pharmaceuticals, searching instead for traditional, natural alternatives. That growing reluctance to head straight to the pharmacy has turned ordinary pantry staples into highly debated medical therapies. Right now, one of the most persistent claims online is that consuming garlic is a potent intervention capable of significantly reducing your cholesterol levels. It's an idea that pulls heavily from generations of ancient folklore, where local healers relied on a fresh bulb of garlic to treat almost everything. We are setting the folklore aside to conduct a strict medical audit. Our goal is to verify whether clinical data supports the use of garlic as a legitimate cardiovascular tool. To figure out if this works, we first have to look inside the human body and map out the exact biochemical theory. The focus here is entirely on a compound called allicin. You won't find active allicin sitting inside an intact garlic clove. This chemical is only synthesized when the raw cell walls of the garlic are physically crushed, chopped, or chewed. Once generated, these highly active allicin molecules enter the bloodstream and are transported directly to the liver. Inside, they act as targeted inhibitors, physically binding to and blocking the enzymes that operate the body's internal cholesterol assembly line. If this chemical reaction plays out exactly as theorized, raw garlic has the mechanical ability to shut down cholesterol production right at its biological source. But theoretical biochemistry doesn't always translate perfectly to living human patients, so we turn to the empirical data from modern clinical laboratories. This chart tracks clinical trial data measuring LDL, commonly known as bad cholesterol. On the x-axis, we have a timeline spanning several months, comparing a group consuming a garlic supplement against a control group taking a placebo. Over the course of the trial, the group consuming garlic demonstrates a measurable, consistent downward trend in their LDL levels, while the placebo group remains completely flat. However, the clinical effectiveness of this compound hinges on a specific biological vulnerability. Allicin is chemically unstable, and high heat causes the molecule to degrade almost instantly. If you take that raw garlic and roast it in the oven, sauté it in a pan, or even use certain aged extracts, you destroy those active medicinal compounds before they ever reach your bloodstream. The clinical reality is that how you prepare the garlic dictates whether it acts as medicine or just a flavoring agent. Treating it purely as a hot cooking ingredient strips away almost all of its cardiovascular benefits. After auditing the biochemical theory and the clinical trials, we can render a verdict. The evidence shows that properly prepared garlic has a statistically significant, scientifically verified impact on lowering bad cholesterol. It is important to clarify that garlic is not a cure-all, and it cannot safely substitute a prescribed statin for patients managing severe cardiovascular disease. Instead, it should be viewed as a supplementary biochemical tool that you can easily build into your daily health strategy. To capture those benefits at home, you have to follow a very specific preparation protocol. This graphic illustrates the crush and wait rule. You must crush the raw garlic and let it sit exposed to oxygen for exactly 10 minutes. This waiting period maximizes allicin yield before applying mild heat or adding it to meals. By auditing the actual molecular science behind old folklore, we can bypass the internet rumors and put the true power of natural remedies to work.